Number 1, read the line.
You will behold the glory of my sacred wood.
That's not him.
Okay. Number 2, read the line.
You will behold the glory of my sacred wood.
Absolutely not.
Okay. Number 3.
You will behold the glory of my sacred wood.
That's him.
Every year, 1 in 5 gamers is accosted by an elf. We're tired of elves.
Hello folks, and welcome to Lorehound.com's preview of the pre-cataclysm event, Retaking the Echo Isles. Finally, the troll story is moving forward, and vol'jin is going to lead the Dark Spirit on an assault on the Echo Isles themselves, which are currently and have been always controlled by Zalazane ever since the game came out pretty much. But this time we're really going to kill him. So we start out here with a witch doctor named Vanera, and as you can see, there's this whole new area right here. There's a drum circle and all kinds of cool stuff. This first task is going to have us going down the beach and collecting these little frogs. And when we take them back to Vanera, she's going to use them in order to spy on the islands. So you go down the beach and they're little frogs. They kind of jump around a little bit, so they're hard to catch, but it's not too difficult. Once you get 5, you can head on back. Now, a lot of the quests in this series have some kind of mechanic to them, so I think you have to be high level to actually accept them, but you don't have to be in any crazy tier 10 gear, full raid epics or anything like that. There's no straight, kill enemies. There are a few that involve combat, but once again, you always have a buff or some other mechanic there to help you. So when you get back to camp, you got to use the frogs. You go in your inventory, pull up the frogs, and use them with this totem, which is going to attune them so that they can spy on the island, and that the witch doctor can see through them. So of course, the next step is actually putting them on the island. And instead of sneaking onto them, what we're going to do is we're going to go to this bat handle over here, and they're going to actually fly over it. Now when we actually do this, I'm not going to show the whole thing because it's actually a rather long flight path. We're going to skip over parts of it, but you get a general idea of what they expect you to do. So you go up in the air and you'll take this long kind of bombing run flight path around, zigzagging between the aisles, and you'll see these little plumes of smoke on the side. That's where you want to click on your bag of frogs, and that's where you want to throw them. And you got to do this 12 times. One hint I can probably think of is that if other people are doing this just before you, some of the better smoke places may not have popped up yet. So the only ones that are going to be left are the ones farther inward, which are harder to hit. So you may have to end up doing this, a couple times. So there we go. I've got a few right. And it goes on like this for a couple minutes. We're gonna skip all that, like I said, and we're gonna fly back. This is when we land back on Sinjin Village. I'm gonna go take these, turn in the quest over at Vanera again. And you'll see that vol'jin is there now. Actually, return that in. She's gonna send us over to this badass troll over here. I can't remember his name at the moment, but it's in the video, as you can see. Now, what he wants us to do, and he's, I guess, kind of like the little commander of these Dark Spirit warriors. He wants us to go over to Razor Hill and recruit some of the troll commoners over there for the cause, because we're gonna need numbers to perform this assault. What's cool is that you get this little flight path, and I'm going to skip this bit too because you guys know where Razor Hill is. You get a little flight path that takes you right over there. It's really simple. Now this area, not Sinjin Village, but the Echo Isles are going to be turned into the new troll starting zone instead of having to go through the Valley of Trials with the orcs. So I think there's going to be a flight path somewhere from the Echo Isles to Razor Hill to make that whole process easier in Cataclysm. Now what we're doing here is we have this kind of item which allows us to conscript the troll volunteers into our little troll army here. You just go around, click on 5 of them. They respawn after a little while, so if there's other people doing it, don't worry. You should be able to get them fast enough. Now the cool thing here is that you have to take them back to the camp, right? And you think they're going to be slow as hell, because anything involving, you know, NPCs following you is usually slow as hell. But no, watch this. I get on my bear, and they get on their raptors. That's actually pretty cool. They all mount up and they follow you straight back to base. Now the problem, I did this first on a different character, and on that character, one of them got lost or killed or something somehow. So I actually had to come all the way back and get one more. So just be careful of that and make sure you get all 5 there. It shouldn't be terribly difficult, and that might have been a bug that's present in this version of the quest. Something that can be ironed out once it goes live. This next part is actually pretty cool. The frogs have found something interesting on one of the islands, and some kind of crazy tiger lady. So the witch doctor is going to turn you into the spirit of the tiger, which gives you a few special abilities. The first one is going to allow you to just kind of deal basic damage. And you can see this is kind of the vehicle interface, and on the right you've got energy as well. So it's kind of a rogue system if you play a rogue. Back to the abilities though. The second one is, you know, just kind of a dot, a bleed over time thing. The third one is going to be your most important, because the mob coming up has a lot more hit points than you do. And basically what it does is that it does damage and allows you to reduce their attack speed. So you can see you only have about, you know, 12,000 something hit points or whatever, and the mob has a lot more. So that's going to be essential. And if you don't take advantage of that, if you don't manage to hit 3 on every cooldown, you might run into a little bit of trouble and have to do the whole thing again. The good thing about it, and you'll see this in a second, is you don't actually have to get her all the way down. About maybe 10-15% health left. She'll go ahead and, well, I'll just let you see for yourself. Oh, hey, how about that? She's actually a troll druid, and her reason for this whole thing is that she's been hiding on here, spying on Zalazan this whole time that the Dark Spirit trolls have moved out of the Echo Isles, moved in with Thrall, you know. She's been there, and her kind have been there the whole time. Why they haven't done anything up until this point, I don't know. Maybe they're looking for help, and they're going to lend us their help. But this is basically the explanation of how the druids come into the horde. Come into the, you know, the trolls. That's why you can play as a druid in the expansion. Swim back across, you're going to talk to vol'jin, and he's going to ask you to go over to the drum circle and talk to the spirits. Now this is an event that there's a guy you have to talk to. Anybody can activate it. So as you'll see when you wander over there, it's actually in the middle of it already, but you got to just kind of sit in the area and you know, wait for it to finish. And you'll know when it's finished, of course, because the quest objective will be highlighted when it's done. I recommend joining in the, you know, with the other Dark Spirit, kind of dancing along if you want to. Basically, what the Spirit is telling us is that we need to go to the islands. We need to seek the help of basically a troll deity called Bonswamdi. I think that is. It's kind of a strange name. And apparently he's kind of the weird little, like, death god, sort of, or he's someone that the Dark Spirit trolls paid tribute to while they were on the Echo Isles, and now that they haven't been there for a while, he's kind of mad about it. So in the next video, you're going to see that he kind of tests your strength a little bit. But that's the idea. We're going to get his help. We're going to go over to the other island, and we're going to assault it. So you get this cool little thing after you turn in this quest. It's an item that I think is soulbound. Yeah, I think you get to keep it. It's on a 4-hour cooldown, but when you use it, you turn into basically a Dark Spirit warrior for, you know, a few minutes, about 15 minutes, I think. You get this cool armor, this cool mask, and these shoulder guards and everything, with skulls on them. And we're gonna start this next quest, preparing for battle, and we're gonna go to the Bat Handler again and go over to the islands, and that's gonna start an instance version of the Echo Isles. So we'll see you here for the next video where we're going to start off right at the instance.